Hello, my name is María Elizondo. I'm from Section 3 and this is my journal. The first main idea or main topic of this unit was graffiti. I learned a lot about it because I didn't know much about it before, and I learned that it's a controversial art because it shows the world what it's really happening in a society and a specific society. I learned also that it's illegal. I always thought that was legal to paint walls. I learned about the types of graffiti that exist. That all type of graffiti sends message. So I I think those types are just different ways to express those messages. Some use paintings, other use words, and well, all graffitis use this kind of art to express what they think. The second main idea of this unit was Asian and African art. I didn't know anything about both type of arts. I always thought that African art were just like all the different arts that we saw before, as for example paintings on canvas or sculptures on marble and everything, but they use masks and sculptures as a way to show their beliefs. So I think it's, well, I didn't know anything about it before, and when we saw this topic, I we saw a documentary, and I and just in this documentary we saw the masks, and they're quite different of what I thought about masks before. They are long, have different ways, and they they are for show and statements on this society. They have another culture, so it's part of their culture. They're trying to show their beliefs. It's always related to religious issues. So, well, Asian art. I always thought that Asian art was just for Japan and for China. I didn't knew that Hinduism and Buddhism was a type of art for this continent. Those little sculptures of Buddha and I don't know. I didn't knew much about these kinds of religions that they have. We usually don't know much about that part of the world, and they have as well a different culture. They have different beliefs, and they use that as a way to show their art. They use art to show religious issues. They are so close to religions. They have their own beliefs, and they use that as a way to live. And I don't know, it's quite impressive. I didn't know much about Buddhism or Hinduism or Taoism. I didn't know much about any kind of religions that they have. So I learned a lot about it. And also we saw um, Japanese art, and it was quite interesting because I always thought that their art was like, for example, I don't know, origami or those kind of things, but they paint on their walls, on their windows, and on their doors, and they paint historical uh, things that happen in their country. So I don't know. When we saw movies, it's they look beautiful, but it has history. So I didn't know anything as well. I think this unit was fun and was more creative. Well, I'm going to pass to the third um, main idea or main topic of this unit. That was Goya. I didn't know anything about the Goya. I never had hear his name before. So when we saw the movie, for me it was shocking. He painted everything that he saw because he wanted to show the world his point of view of what was happening in that time in his country, which was horrible because, well, we all know what happened, and watch it in that way, it was, well, um I think Goya was a genius because he has his own point of view, and he worked on his art to show future generations what it was happening in that time in his country, all the injustice and everything. Well, I'm going to pass to the second point of this journal. That, well, the um, I have to talk about the the things that we learn and how we work on it. Um, we didn't work much on reading and writing, and this is my criticism. Every every single journal I do the same. I think we need to work more on our writing skills, because for me it's so important that a teacher needs to know how to work, how to write properly, and we haven't worked on that. So I think it's important. On speaking and reading and listening, we always work with that, and I like it because now in the semester I'm not that nervous to speak, and I'm not that confused when I hear something in English. So, well, the same criticism as always. We need to write more. We need to work in writing skills because we are going to be teachers, and teachers needs to write properly. And reading, well, we have to read the philosophy of Andy Warhol. So I think it completes all the that we haven't read. And, well, that's it. It's it's everything. We need to write more in our writing skills. And I don't know. I think this this semester is going to be more fun. Those topics, this it's it's been actually more motivating to us, or for me personally, because last semester was a little boring for me. So yeah, that's it.